Hello Crawley fans and welcome to episode 14 of Talk of the Town. I'm joined again by Sam.
Hello.
Hello Sam. Right, great week we've had this week. Up at Lancing, obviously we've got a win, 6 goals, and what a game it was.
Yeah, no, thriller to be fair. Don't think I've seen so many screamers in one game really. Obviously both of Tilly's goals, screamers, Jake Hess with the opener screamer. And can't really go wrong with a halfway line goal, to be fair, can you?
No, I think, well, I mentioned it to Lee after the game, the quality of the strikes were kind of unheard of. It's the best I've seen all season. I mean, we were scoring from the edge of the box, outside the box, the halfway line at the end.
Yeah.
Goal of the season?
It's certainly up there, but I reckon it can be beaten.
Yeah, well, our videographer Charlie Palethorpe rounded up the day at Lancing. Enjoy.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Obviously nice to get the win, and just disappointed that we didn't keep a clean sheet, but played some really good football and scored some great goals. Obviously Amrit's being the pick of the bunch right at the end there, but yeah, some good individual performances, got some minutes into players that's sort of coming back from injury. Sam Matthews playing, obviously Lynchy getting a game when he's not eligible for the first team at the moment.
Obviously we scored some goals, the game was rounded off by one hell of a strike. Talk us through it.
So I think I got the ball from Tyler, and I already knew that the keeper was off his line because he was the one that sort of like cleared it upfield. So I just thought, just put all of it into it and just struck it sweet, and thankfully it went in. Yeah.
And you looked a real creative spark as soon as you came on today, mate. Obviously great performance, only a few minutes, but it's great to keep tallying those minutes up, I suppose.
No, 100%. I mean, every day I'm just learning, so every time I go on the field, it's always good for me to sort of make my mark, and thankfully, yeah, did that today with a good goal. So.
Yeah, no, it was good. Obviously, good to get some minutes. We obviously expected to come here and win, which we did, which is good. And yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah, it was good getting on the pitch and getting a few minutes in the legs, and great to get a victory because we've been wanting that for a while, and hopefully we can take a run from there.
Yeah, more brilliant work as ever from our videographer Charlie Palethorpe, who shout out has gone full time. Might have seen his tweet, so well played, Chaz. Well played.
Well played.
Yeah, no, more behind the scenes footage from Lancing will will be aired in next week's edition of Inside Crawley.
Yeah, Inside Crawley, a new show. I think Charlie's pretty proud of it. The first edition came out last week and it's brilliant. I think it just gives the fans another perspective of what goes on at the club. There's bits in the office, bits at Reds, and kind of just everywhere. I mean, we saw bridge cleaning.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Silly little things like that, but it gives you a real perspective of what goes on at the club behind the scenes, and hopefully we can open up more just what madness goes on.
Yeah, no, I think it's difficult, isn't it? Because a lot of what people see is just the 90 minutes, but I suppose people might not know that it's, it is building up to a game. It's a whole week's process. There's so many things you've got to do that people might not know about, and this is just a great opportunity for people to find out more about, what goes on during the week at a football club. But yeah, one of the things that we caught in last week's edition of Inside Crawley was part of the press conference. I caught up with John Yems and Tyler Frost yesterday. Let's see what they had to say. Gaffer, after what feels like a long time, we're finally back in league action against Barrow. What are your thoughts heading into that one?
Yeah, just looking forward to it. It's a long old trip up there. But yeah, it would be nice to get back in the league action and hopefully get a result.
Yeah, obviously it's been a long time since we've been in league action. In between them, we've had obviously 2 cup games. In the middle of that, we've seen some brilliant performances from plenty of the players, but most notably Reece Gregor-Cox and Sam Matthews coming back. I'm sure as manager you're delighted to see 2 of the sort of long-term injuries coming back finally.
Yes, I am. Yeah, very much so. Reece will be involved Saturday, hopefully. He's got competition. He's at the moment. Tyler's keeping him and Reece are coming up on the sort of like wing areas that hopefully will be challenging for competition for places. So it's up to Tyler in a minute to win the shirt. He's normally out shopping with his missus on a Saturday, but he's involved this week.
Yeah, obviously Tyler, we spoke about those injuries. John said you sort of slowly coming back. You had such a great pre-season, obviously so unlucky to pick up that knock. How has the road to recovery been for you?
Yeah, it was nothing too serious. It was just a few weeks, just a heel-like bruise kind of thing. But no, I feel good now. Like Gaffer's given me time to get back to full speed, and the games I've played in the last couple of weeks have been good minutes and stuff like that. Maybe disappointing result against Southampton, and then obviously Tuesday was excellent. So now we're going to league action, and hopefully we can get 3 points.
Obviously you said there those 2 cup games. With that break from the league, I suppose as a personal point for you, that might have been a positive, because it's given you that time to build some really strong minutes into your road to recovery.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, regardless whether it was my first game, coming back in on the Tuesday against Southampton, it wasn't good enough from the team, and we know that. But then another more minutes against on Tuesday is important. So hopefully then I'm ready to play as many minutes as I can on Saturday, and we'll see where it takes us.
Yep, always a pleasure to speak to John and a player on a Thursday. Quite the trip coming up for us, isn't it, today? Yeah,
it's a long one. We did it last year. It was a tricky one, but no, we're off in about an hour after Barrow. We've got a good squad in the minibus to take up, so I am looking forward to it.
No, it's good. It's these trips often provide, especially for us as staff anyway, they always provide good company. I'm sure it's the same with fans, obviously. At least they get to drink. Obviously, it might be a little bit unprofessional if we had a beer in the bus, but no, yeah. So the away days are good, and it was long last year, especially after losing the 92nd minute. Obviously, when you lose in the 92nd minute and you're looking at the map on the way home, you've got to drive an hour that way before you can drive back down. It was tough last year, but it's always good fun, and I'm confident that we'll be able to turn it around. It's going to be a late night, and there's not even a rest on the Sunday, is there?
No, off to Crawley Wasps on the Sunday. Just before I get on to that, actually, there's an away bar at Barrow.
There is,
it's been given its debut. So I don't know whether you're there now or you're travelling tomorrow in the morning. The away bar apparently is opening up.
Go and try it out, yeah.
Go and try it out.
Be the first to get a pint, the first official supporter to get a pint. You might even get a prize. Probably won't, but you never know.
Maybe 3 points.
Yeah.
But Sunday, obviously, I'm at Chichester with Crawley Wasps. We've just announced our partnership, which is really exciting. Last Sunday, we were there too, myself and Charlie, the videographer. He made a video documenting the 3-2 win over London Bees in the FA Cup. Come back from a 2-goal deficit. It was a very very good game. Enjoy.
Yeah, brilliant to check out some of the action that Charlie filmed at the Wasps, and I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Quezzy, obviously top goal scorer. How are we?
All good, mate, all good. Just obviously this week preparing for Barrows, so preparation going well. Looking forward to the trip.
Yeah, long old trip. Obviously I was talking to Tyler in the press conference earlier. Anything different really as a player that like you have to prepare for, knowing that you're going to be the coach for 6 hours just in case of finding a good film? Or
Yeah, I mean, obviously you know what I'm doing in my spare time, so that keeps me busy. But for other players, I'm guessing they'll find some documentaries, some Netflix, some whatever, play some games, keep themselves busy, some music. Yeah, I think everybody just sort of finds a way to get through the hours really and pass the time. But as Tyler said in the press conference, you know, it's a good group of lads, and there's plenty of banter and stuff flying about. So it'll be a trip, and the boys will be all right.
Yeah, and obviously it's no secret that at the moment it's, you know, we're going through a little bit of a tough period. You know, some of the results we've been getting haven't reflected the performances we've had out on the pitch, but you know, how important is it going to be to try and like bounce back with 3 points at the weekend? Yeah,
I believe, you know, it's a great opportunity for us to get our heads down and you know, get back to what we know we need to be in order to win games. And Saturday's coming now, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to make sure that we're ready and willing to put everything on the line to get the result we need.
Yeah, and obviously you spoke there. Obviously, you may have heard, if you've watched Inside Crawley, what you are doing in your spare time. Yeah. But in case anyone hasn't seen that, obviously, talk us through partly why you're here with me standing here now.
Yeah, so as I've mentioned previously, I'm doing a degree at the moment, sports journalism degree. It's my final year, which requires me to do various work placements. So you guys have welcomed me in the media department, and I'm just plying my trade and learning off you guys at the moment.
Yeah, and one of the things that Quezzy was able to do earlier on was have a chat with Tyler after the press conference, sort of talk about all the things off the pitch. Let's check it out.
On Talk of the Town this week, we're joined by the main man, Tyler Frost. How you doing, Tyler?
I'm joined by the main man, Quezzy.
Hey, listen, it is what it is. How you been, though?
Yeah, no, I've been good, thanks.
Enjoyed the 2 games just gone by?
Yeah, it's been good to get some more minutes after a little spell out. Obviously, we weren't happy with the performance against Southampton, but we did ourselves a bit of justice against Lancing on Tuesday. You know, 6 goals. It's can only be a positive thing.
Yeah, I've seen obviously a little bit of a buzz and a little bit of a bounce back in the training ground, and you know, the lads are flying about now, looking sharp and fit. So I've seen you out there looking good, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, obviously those games, maybe with people that ain't been starting. So, you know, we got to try and earn our place into the starting 11 for Saturday, and Tuesday was a great chance for people to maybe do that. So it's only going to give certain people a bounce, you know, and I think it's given the whole team a little bit of a bounce. You know, it's a win, and maybe that's what we needed. So hopefully a win on Saturday as well.
And obviously I follow you on the Instagram. I see a little bit of your life outside of football, but you know, the fans don't really get to see much of footballers' lives on the outside. So what sort of stuff do you get up to in your spare time, and what do your days consist of away from the training ground and the match?
Now it's all, you know, all my time's invested into my son. I do get the odd few hours on PlayStation 5. I do love a game.
Nice.
You know, the new COD's come out, Vanguard. Trying to improve, but I don't get enough hours as some of the boys in the team. But no, I'm invested into time into my son, which is great. He's just turned 6 months, so
wow.
It's a good stage. It's a bit more of a better stage for me. He interacts with me a bit more. It's really nice. No, that's it really.
So you spend a lot of your free time chasing him around and
he's not
picking
walking
him up.
yet.
Yeah, but I mean like picking him up, taking him here, there and everywhere, basically just enjoying his presence.
Yeah, he hit a milestone the other week. He's learnt to roll over, which is a bit late.
Yeah, that's a good start. You know what I mean?
No, it's good to see. You know, when they're learning and you're teaching them and stuff, it's a bit of a, what's the word? You feel a bit of
an achievement, sense of achievement.
Yeah, I make you right. He's learning from you. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
no, it's nice. It's really nice.
So back to the gaming. Do you play any FIFA?
I'm not a FIFA man, really, because I'm not very good.
Ah, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
okay.
You know, usually people say everyone says they're great.
No, I hear you, because I don't play them shooting games that you mentioned because I'm no good at shooting games.
No, yeah.
So you know, like, what's the game you said there?
COD.
Yeah, that's not my game.
No, it's been Warzone for the last year, but Vanguard came out a couple of weeks ago, which has been a bit of a breath of fresh air, something different. But I'm not really into FIFA. Plus, if I got it, I'd end up spending too much money.
And obviously, yeah, them games there,
you can
get them in-app purchases are killer.
Yeah.
So obviously, in your other spare time, for example, when we're traveling to games and when you're in hotels or whatever else, or when your child's in bed or whatever it may be, do you spend time watching a bit of TV, a little bit of Netflix here, there, whatever, a couple of series? What are you into at the moment?
The missus made me watch The Maid recently.
Okay, I've seen that.
Wasn't
I've
a
seen
huge
that.
fan personally.
Really, yeah?
Yeah, they enjoyed it, but it's not something you go back and watch. Whereas, like, I just finished The Last Kingdom.
Okay, I'm not into that, but what's that
Incredible.
like? Yeah,
Like, about Vikings and all
that's
that.
not really my field again. Yeah, I don't really like those kind of things, but yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's a good
Last
watch.
Kingdom, I'd suggest that to people watching. Because if you've watched Vikings, it's pretty similar to that. I'm into that sort of stuff. Oh no, it was Uhtred Bebbanburg. He's a real good character.
So I'm guessing you've seen Game of Thrones.
Yes, that's phenomenal.
I mean,
you've not seen that either?
Of course I've seen that. That's up there. Like, and the thing is, as I said to you, that's not really my thing. So when I got told about it, I was like, oh.
I was late.
Got into it. Yeah, I was late to it. Got into it, and I'm like, fair enough. It's not quite got me onto the Viking stage, but.
I was very late to Game of Thrones. I think the last season was just out as I started season 1.
I think it was the same for me. Yeah, I think it was the same for me.
And then I managed to just plough through it. Like, when I get into something, like The Last Kingdom is 4 series of like 10 episodes, 40 episodes. I think I watched in about 3 weeks.
Wow.
3-4 weeks. Like, when I'm into something,
you go
in,
crazy
I smash
on it.
it. Like, I'll sit there on my iPad, like
sleep, just going back to back shows.
No, not sleep, but I could do back to back. Like once the kids are asleep or say, or on the coach, like Barrow. If I'm into something, I would sit there for 7 hours,
and
like
just
each episode.
Wow.
But I've got nothing now.
Yeah.
I kind of started The Walking Dead, and I got halfway again for the second time, and I've sort of stopped. It's one of those ones.
You got to stick with it, man. It's one of them things. Once you've committed that much time to it, you might as well finish it off.
I've watched the first 5 seasons twice and stopped at pretty much the same spot. I don't know what I'm doing.
That's weak, man. That's weak. You got to carry on, man. Keep persistent with that.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you've seen the likes of like Money Heist.
Yeah, I'm a big series person. I probably watch most things. Yeah.
What's the most recent one you've watched, and other than The Maid, like something that you would say like, no, if you ain't seen this, get onto this.
It would have been The Last Kingdom. That was the one I watched just before The Maid.
That's talking that a big time there.
Reese put me onto that. To be fair. Oh, I also watched Outer Banks. Another Netflix thing. Very good.
What's that about?
Basically, a boy, his dad loses his dad. He thinks he's lost his dad. And basically he's hid loads of gold, and they're like kids trying to find it. It sounds a bit pony. I can't lie. Reese explained to me it sounded pony.
You're not really sold that to me, mate, to be honest with you.
But no, it's only 2 seasons of 10 as well, so it's something you can watch quick. It's not a 5-6 season where you've got to
you can get it done
really
quickly.
Time. That's actually one I'd put you on to.
Okay, fair enough. Well, thanks for joining us.
No, yeah,
appreciate your time, and look after your little man, and best of luck on the weekend.
Cheers, you too.
Cheers, buddy.
Great to see Kwesi getting involved and interviewing Tyler. Brilliant interview.
Yeah, no, he's been a real help, to be fair. It's just about all we got time for, really, because as you can probably see / here behind me, it's quite a big erection.
When the scoreboard's going up.